98.5 FM.
The time is 3 o'clock. This is Emirate Radio 98.5 FM. Here is the Emirate News Hour read by Omotolani Dari. First, the highlights. Federal High Court adjourns Bauchi Commissioner's trial without date. Kwara North youth storm government house over rising killings and kidnappings. Protest enters day 7 as workers demand reopening of sealed factories. Nigeria Super Falcons gear up for Indomitable Lionesses showdown. And now the news in full. The Federal High Court today adjourned indefinitely the alleged terrorism financing and money laundering trial of Bauchi State Commissioner for Finance, Yakubu Adamu, after the prosecution informed the court that it had written to the Chief Judge seeking the transfer of the case due to concerns over its handling. Justice Muhammad Umar said no response had been received from the Chief Judge, prompting the adjournment until further notice, despite objections from defense counsel Chris Uche San, who described the move as unfair and warned that the absence of a definite date could stall the case. The court also declined to rule on the defense request for the release of Adamu's passport for office travel. Adamu and 3 others are facing a 10-count charge filed by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, alleging that millions of dollars in Bauchi State funds were channeled to individual-linked terrorist elements between January and May 2024. Offences said to contravene the Terrorism and Money Laundering Acts, while the defendants had pleaded not guilty and are currently on bail. On the home front, members of the Take It Back TIB movement and concerned youth from Kwara North marched to the government house in Ilorin to protest escalating killings, kidnappings, and attacks in Edu, Patigi, and surrounding areas, accusing the Kwara state government of neglecting the worsening security crisis. The protest, which took place today, saw demonstrators carrying placards describing communities from Gugu to Woro as flashpoints of violence where families live in fear, calling for urgent deployment of reinforced security personnel, improved intelligence, and tailored solutions to protect residents. They stressed that their protest was a desperate plea for attention rather than unrest, warning against relocating displaced persons into unsafe zones and demanding accountability and immediate action to end the bloodshed in the region. Moving on, the Emir of Ilorin and Chairman Kwara State Traditional Rulers Council, Mai Martaba Alhaji Dr. Ibrahim Sulugambari, CFR, has rejoiced with the Grand Mufti of Ilorin Emirate, Sheikh Dr. Suleiman Farouk Onikijikba OON on his birthday. This is contained in a statement issued by the Emir's press secretary, Dr. Abdulaziz Arubono, stressing that the celebrant is an erudite scholar and philanthropist of all seasons. Alhaji Sulugambari also commended the Grand Mufti for his outstanding contributions to the growth and development of Ilorin Emirate and humanity in general, adding that you are a distinguished member and a proud son of Ilorin Emirate. The monarch therefore prayed to Almighty Allah to continue to comfort and strengthen Sheikh Dr. Suleiman Farouk Onikijikba OON and his entire family members and his admirers. You're listening to the Emirate News Hour from Emirate Radio Ilorin. Welcome back. Labor unions, including Nigeria Labour Congress (NLC), Trade Union Congress (TUC), and the Food, Beverage and Tobacco Senior Staff Association (FOBTO), staged their seventh consecutive protest at the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control (NAFDAC) office in Isolo, Lagos, blocking access and disrupting operations for about 2 hours until police intervention restored that day. The unions demanded the reopening of factories, depots, and warehouses sealed under NAFDAC's enforcement of a ban on sachet alcohol and 10 centiliter PET bottled products, arguing that entire facilities were being shut unnecessarily, causing widespread job losses and economic hardship for workers, transporters, suppliers, and other stakeholders. Union leaders described the regulatory approach as calculated economic suffocation and warned of potential social consequences, calling for urgent intervention from President Bola Tinubu, lawmakers, traditional and religious leaders, and civil society to replace repression with structured dialogue and targeted regulation. From the sport room, Nigeria's Super Falcon camp in Yaoundé has grown to 15 players ahead of their international friendlies against Cameroon. Risola Babajide, Shukurat Oladipo, Folashade Ijamilusi, and Kafayat Shitu are the latest arrivals, joining early campers led by Captain Rashidat Ajibade. The team will train again at the State Omnisport Amaudo Ahijo before facing the Indomitable Lionesses on Saturday. That will be all on Emirate News Hour. Here again are the main highlights. Federal High Court adjourns Bauchi Commissioner's trial without date. Kwara North youth storm government office over rising killings and kidnappings. Protest enters day 7 as workers demand reopening of sealed factories. Nigeria Super Falcons gear up for Indomitable Lionesses showdown. The Emirate News Hour was compiled and edited by Tafiko Bello and read to you by Omotolani Dari. For updates and interactions, follow us on all our social media platforms at Emirate Radio 98.5 FM or visit our website on www.emirateradio.ng. Good afternoon and thank you for listening.